Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it's September 11th of 2021. That's not the purpose of this video, but just since on September 11th, when the attack was made upon the United States, I was sleeping and I got a phone call and I got woke up and somebody said, I forget how, I can't remember now, but like something's happened, you have the news on or you're watching the news or something like I turned the news on and then I, saw the video or the picture, live on television of the World Trade Center where it had already been hit by one aircraft and I was looking at it and I was thinking, oh, is that a small private aircraft? I mean, small aircraft or looks like, wonder how that happened. And then about that time, then the second aircraft came in and hit it. And then, of course, I immediately knew, that it was a terrorist attack. Um, so, um, like everybody else, so I think I was in Miami then. So, like everybody else, I was watching the news. But, um, when you saw some of this, and I was not in New York City, I was in I think Florida. Uh, uh, when when it started getting bad, especially, and I think I went there and it got bad, and I just went to something else, which you could do then. And then I think I may have gone back, and then when bodies started, coming out of windows and things like that, I, I, I went watched something else. When John F. Kennedy was assassinated, I think most cities or whatever had maybe three network. You had three, maybe you had by then more than three TV stations, but uh, we didn't have all that we have now. And back then, all the television stations just went to showing, uh, John F. Kennedy with these kids and all that type of stuff. Radio stations went to just playing somber, music, and it was that way actually. I think around the world because I was a shortwave listener, and I could tune in to around the world to different things. But with John F. Kennedy, there was no way to avoid it, and it went on for you know days. He was assassinated. Uh, his killer was arrested, and then a day or two later they're having the funeral of John F. Kennedy. And his son John is was told by his mom whatever hand salute or something like that, and he salutes, and that breaks your heart, that kind of stuff. And then they switch to Dallas, Texas, because they're transporting Oswald to a different place, and then Oswald was assassinated alive right in front of us, and then they switched back to the funeral of going to Arlington Cemetery, or whatever. And I think an entire generation of Americans, including me, uh, we didn't know about post traumatic stress disorder or anything like that. I think we all suffered from a episode, a case of a post traumatic stress disorder from that. But when this 9/11 thing happened, you could. I'm sure a lot of people didn't, but when I was watching it, and then I could feel, the bad emotions and all that kind of stuff, I had all types of choices. I mean, there was all types of things that you could switch to because of the internet and because of cable television and all the channels that were available. You could switch to something else. You didn't have to sit there for days and watch, all of that. Although I'm sure a lot of Americans did, which was probably not a good idea. Because, like I said, I think my generation, we had to sit there and watch the John F. Kennedy, and then of course, uh, back then we also had, Martin Luther King, assassinated, uh, Robert Kennedy assassinated, and it just bad times. And we've learned, I guess, more about stress and disorder and that type of thing. But so anyway, that was not to be the purpose of this. But when I said the dates, September 11th, thought I should put my 2 cents in. Uh, Wanted to mention, I made this video yesterday, Walmart software problems, and 74 people uh, have watched it. Uh, at that point, because my ex-wife was freaking out, going on that Walmart was not going to be delivering the food anymore, which they are. Don't take a little clip out of this, and which they are going to be delivering. They're going to continue delivering. All they did, it appeared to be because she doesn't like change, and she really doesn't like to learn anything about she just wants to use the computer, and she doesn't want, if something comes up, she will have a problem, and then if I try to say, well, she doesn't want to, she just wants to go back to playing her simple games that she plays. She's not playing Civilization 6 or I don't know, Road Race or whatever. She just plays these so simple. She wants to do that, and she doesn't want to learn. Okay, if you push the alternate key, or if you push the such and such and the F5 key, it'll clear the. She doesn't want to know any of that. She doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to learn how to. She doesn't want to set her up with a LastPass, thing. She doesn't want to use that. I'm not even going to bother to tell you how she keeps her passwords and that kind of stuff. But so anyway, she was freaking out. So I did this video. I want to ask you a question. Since they appear really not to be, having a crash, Walmart software was, not crashing. They have made changes to it, changes that are hard for a lot of people, including me. Of course, I never really use the food thing. She takes care of ordering the food. But things that are very confusing, and I think they're fixing them as they go. I think what must have happened, something like this is, I don't know how many programmers they have, let's say 50,000 programmers or something, and they probably have a bunch in, say, India, and maybe at some point, they told the Indian programmers, okay, redo the part of our software here that for ordering, for ordering stuff, for ordering food, but it ties in with some other, ties in with some other things, of course. Must have told them, hey, I'm guessing now. And the programmers over there, they whipped this thing up, and then of course they have wherever Walmart's headquarters is. I guess it's in Arkansas. I don't know. They must have, they have these meetings, where executives are sitting around there, and somebody must have said, India has the new, food ordering for delivery type. They have that package all done, and with the other tie-in, it's all done. It's ready. And then there probably was somebody, hopefully you have somebody on there, who says, uh, somebody says, let's just pull it on in now and we'll put it in. There are some problems, with it, but, we can work that out as we go along. And there, maybe, hopefully there's somebody on the, sitting there. I doubt it though, because I have no faith in those kind of people. But uh, somebody probably said, well, my grandmother uses it to order, food and stuff in, and she's not good with a computer at all. So maybe we should, make sure. And then I think the other people probably said, no, is this ready to go? Oh, yeah, it's ready. And then I got a feeling too that one reason maybe they did something like this because my ex-wife was, why would they do this? Why would they change it? Why would they? It was just fine the way it. Well, we need to, and stuff like this needs to be improved if you can improve it. And I said, well, from looking at it, when I had to look at it a little bit to try to explain it to her, I said, I got a feeling too that somebody on one of these groups where all the executives are sitting around there, somebody probably said, yeah, well, we fixed that thing. We came up with this. We did a survey, or somebody did a survey, and they said that 7.2% of the people who are ordering food also are planning on purchasing a big screen TV or a new computer or something like that, and they order the food, and then they click and they go to Amazon or something, and then they order their big screen TV or their computer or something. And so let's make this software where the people are ordering the food, but with the data that they have on people, that there'll be something in there where something will pop up and, well, hey, oh yeah, I'm going to order a big screen TV, and I'm here right now, and there's the order thing. I can just click on that, something like that. I think something happened, and so anyway, the ex-wife ordered a small order. Well, she was having trouble even doing that because there was like she clicked on some cups or something else in the food section, and it pops up in the thing that, okay, these are going to be sent in 2 or 3 days. So it's coming from the Amazon store, but not the Amazon store a few miles from us that is sending the food. It was going to come, and I got her to go in and she deleted those things. So and I'm seeing some things some changes that they made, and one of the changes, it's a small change, but I see they made that, and I like it. It's the thing when you get this message from them that we received your order. It looks much better, and it displays more information that I, want to see on the thing, and then the other, so it looks better and more data, and I think that's an improvement, and I think it just kicked in. And I think there's some other things like that people are working on right now that are going to make it better. And I don't think this has ever happened. She wanted to order just a small order in to make sure that Amazon, or make sure that Walmart was still selling food and delivering to your home. That's how freaked out she was, And so she just ordered them like just about a little bit above whatever the minimum is for a delivery, where they don't charge you for the delivery. And so we ordered, I think, 24 packs of Coke, I think it was. Maybe 3. And then a few other items. And it was above $40 or whatever the minimum And so for the first time, well, anyway, we just got the thing, you know, the thing from them saying, oh, 124 pack's not available. Now, it doesn't show yet that they made, usually what they do, and I don't think they did, usually then they will substitute, you know, we ordered a 24 pack, so they'll send two 12 packs, you know. But it didn't look like it did it for this reason, because the reason is, then I looked at the thing, and I've never seen this before. It showed a charge of, I think it was $7 delivery fee, because I'm sure it did, I don't think it said, but because we were below the minimum, they have it, you know, like a seven, if you order more than $40 or whatever. Maybe that's because that's not Amazon Prime. Anyway, but what it did, it showed a $7 charge and then a line through it and no charge. So the software was smart enough to know that, okay, these people ordered, you know, more than the minimum, but because we did not have, it dropped below the minimum, but we're not charging them that fee. So I always wondered if that would work if we got in that, you know, we usually order more than, you know. So I think this is okay. Oh, the question I wanted to ask you, what do you think? And this, you know, should I go over and just delete? I've tried to update it, you know, with, hey, it doesn't look like they're, you know, it looks like they just upgraded. I put a thing down here. None of you are reporting problems with the Walmart software, so blah, 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 blah. So I tried to update it. Okay, in a situation like this, since you are a YouTube fan and a person who comes here, should I just, in your opinion, should I just go ahead and delete something like this when this happens? Or should I do what I did, leave it, but add information to it, like, okay, their software is, you know, not crashing. Apparently they've made improvements to it, and it's just confusing for people who are used to doing it the old way. So you might leave your opinion if you want to. Should I delete this, or in the future, when something like this happens, should I delete a video like this, or should I just update it as best I can and leave it? So, okay, what else? I have moved there. Let's see if I can, this thing, if it will rotate. It's kind of tight. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I need to, man, that, like I told you, that camera gets hot. Okay, there we go. In the past, that's been there. It's been other places. And then, until I just now moved it back over there. But it has been, right. Anyway, I haven't put, well, the stuff's on the bed. Let me see if I can get this thing to rotate over to the bed. Everything, when I do anything here, there's not enough room for all my junk, so I have to put it all on the bed, and then I get tired, but I can't go to bed. I have to take all that stuff off of the, you know, off of the bed before I can. Okay, let's see if this thing will bend down here. Okay. Nope, it doesn't want to go down that much. See if I hold it back here, maybe. Well, no, the monitor's going down. Okay. Let me raise the monitor. I think you're seeing too much. Yeah, I won't mess with it. But what was I saying? Okay. Oh. Anyway, I've moved that over there. And then I've freed up a little bit of space here. And, you know, I've got my, I'm just going to, instead of trying to, okay, let me do this. I need a camera that does this, that I can control. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's my Dell computer. If I can move this down off of this desk and put it down below, I could still reach the on and off button. Then I could put a tripod stand right there with this camera on it, or a different, well, let's keep this camera, put it there, and I think that would be, so I think maybe that's my project. So I think that's my project for today. I think, though, the next project is to get that stuff off my bed so I can take a nap. Okay, gotta make this short, only 20 minutes video, so thank you very much for watching.